Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Excalibur. Today I'm going to be telling you guys how to play the Cops and Crims minigame in the Hypixel server. This is a really fun minigame that I've been enjoying, so I thought I'd make a small tutorial just for the beginners and people who've not really played the game a lot to give lots of tips and exactly how you can just get started and get better at the game. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is just head over into the Hypixel main lobby, then go over to your compass, open it up, and head into the iron bars, which is Cops and Crims. So what you're going to see here is a resource pack thing most likely come up. I have it set to automatically load on my computer, but you just have to wait for the minute or so for it to load before it completes, and then you can see all the texture packs. Hopefully you can see all the texture packs correctly, otherwise you may have to configure it a little bit. Here we have the normal 3 games. This is Gun Game, Team Deathmatch, and Defusal. Now Defusal, you can see there's 49 people, Team Deathmatch has 1, and Gun Game has 2. You can tell easily Defusal is by far the most popular, but Gun Game is probably the least popular, then Team Deathmatch, and then of course Defusal. My personal favorite game is Defusal, but basically how these other 2 modes work is Team Deathmatch is all the players spawn randomly around the map and you're on 2 different teams and you try and kill each other to get lots of points, first to 1,000 wins. In Gun Game, however, you're going to be spawning randomly around the map. It's a complete free-for-all and you get guns every time you kill someone. You get a different gun and you try and progress through all 15 guns. Then Defusal is a little bit different, but that has a bomb and 2 teams, and the Crims are trying to plant the bomb, and the cops are trying to kill all of the Crims and defuse the bomb. Then we have all of these guns up here. We have pistols, normal guns, and the sniper and the shotguns. So basically what we have up here is the top 3. These are the pistols. So the normal pistol, or the USP as it's called in-game, is the basic pistol that you're going to get at the start of every round, and it does a little bit of damage. It's not a lot of damage, but it shoots fairly quickly and it has a very large clip, so it's very nice to use. It doesn't really work well in most games because a lot of people buy something like the Magnum if it's a pistol round, or a bigger gun if they have more money. My personal favorite is the Magnum or Desert Eagle, just because it does a lot more damage, but it requires a lot more accuracy to be able to use. Then we have the 50 cal or sniper and a couple other guns here, but the shotguns are probably the least favorite of mine, just because, you know, a shotgun is a very close range weapon, and I haven't even upgraded this one at all just because I've never even used it. So I don't ever use these shotguns, but if you do decide to use them, make sure you're using them at close range because they do a lot of damage if they are at close range. Then up here we have the sniper, or 50 cal as it's called in game. This does a load of damage and it can usually one-shot someone, but it requires some insane accuracy and very quick reflexes, so I don't often use it. I usually use one of these 3 or one of these 2 down here because they're all pretty much the same. They fire fairly quickly, they do a good amount of damage, and my personal favorite is the rifle or AK. As you can see, I've upgraded it a fair bit. These are the different upgrades you can do. But I also buy the Desert Eagle or Magnum, and generally just try and play around with the guns, find out what one works best for you, but I prefer the AK-47 or rifle. Besides your guns, you also do get a knife. I don't often use this as it does not do a lot of damage and it has a very long reload time, but if you decide to use it, then make sure you're using that like after you run out of ammo for your guns. You can also upgrade 2 other things, your character and armor, but we're not going over that right now. Then here in Defusal, you have 2 modes you can pick. You can choose Defusal mode or Quick Join. So if you play Defusal, you're just going to join into a normal lobby like usual on Hypixel. If you hit Quick Join, you're going to join a game in progress. So just for now, we're just going to hit Defusal, just because I want to show you guys how it sort of works out. Currently, we're on the map Junction. This is a really fun map, but it is actually a little bit overpowered for the cops. So make sure that when you're playing, if you're the Crims, don't get discouraged if you are just like absolutely losing, because you do switch sides. Once you start out, you're going to start out in your spawn. You're not going to be able to move at all. You're just going to sit there and you buy your guns and you set up what you have. You have to do this very quickly. So when I hit the shop, I can buy a Desert Eagle and a frag grenade. That's because I've upgraded how much money I get during the round. You most likely won't be able to buy anything really well, but you can buy, for instance, the Desert Eagle and maybe a flashbang or decoy grenade. Now, you may be wondering what the grenades are, but I'll explain those in a few minutes. I'm just going to show you a little bit of gameplay from the game, just to show you sort of how it works out. So as you can see, the bomb has just been planted as I was sort of AFK. So we're going to try and get some kills. I got that guy really quickly, and I'm going to throw my frag grenade. That's sort of how the grenades work. You throw them and they do stuff. And now I got to try and save my entire team from the bomb. And I got that guy, so let's start defusing. Now, the bomb is sort of like, it's a ticking time bomb that you have to defuse with your wire cutters or your defusal kit. So make sure you defuse this, as with your wire cutters, it does take a full 10 seconds to defuse. But if you do defuse the bomb as the CRIMS cops, then you win the round, no matter if there is any CRIMS left. So you can also buy some tactical helmets or vests. These will reduce how much damage you take. Now, as you can see, I currently had a lot of money from defusing the bomb, getting 2 kills, and not dying. So I was able to buy the AK-47, the Desert Eagle, and now I'm going to buy some grenades. As you can see, these bottom 3 grenades, they're sort of like visual grenades. So the flashbang creates a flash, smoke creates a big smoke, and decoy creates fake gun sounds. The firebomb creates a large area of fire, which I'm just going to buy and throw for you guys right now, just to show you exactly what it does. So when you throw it, it creates a 5x5 radius of fire that will damage you or any enemies that go inside of it. Once 4 rounds are completed, we are now on the CRIMS team. We get to buy a pistol and like a grenade because we have very limited money now, as it's almost like the start of the game, just the teams are swapped and we've done 4 rounds. Currently, the enemy is up 3 and we are currently at 1. So the best thing for us to do right now is to try and plant the bomb, but our bomb holder is AFK. Basically, what the bomb holder does is they hold the bomb, and then when they get to a bomb site, which is marked out by a red circle with white concrete around it, you can see right here, it's red concrete, that it is basically the small site where you can place the bomb. There's 2 of them in each map, A and B, and generally people would like call out in chat before the round starts, like let's go B or let's go left, whichever way that they do want to go. So basically, if you have the bomb, you got to try and plant it fairly quickly, because that is what's going to help you win the round. Now, the CRIMS do have 2 ways to win, just like the cops. If they kill all of the cops or if the bomb goes off, they will win. Even if everybody is dead, if the bomb goes off, then let's say if all of the CRIMS are dead and all the cops are alive but the bomb goes off, then the CRIMS win no matter what. That's probably not going to happen, but if you plant the bomb, it will start counting down, and then that's a time limit that the cops have to try and like beat you to get to defuse the bomb. So currently they just ate the bomb, which plants it, and now they're going to defend it and try and keep the cops from getting there. Now, if the cop shoots that CRIM, then they can go and defuse, but the CRIM did get the cop and win. Now that we've gone over most of the basics, here's a really good tip. If you can get around behind the enemy team, as you can see here, you can often get a whole bunch of kills because they're held down trying to fight your team, but you just snuck up around behind them and gotten them all. Another thing to keep in mind is that if you do manage to kill someone and they drop something here, such as the Desert Eagle, which I do want, you can throw it out and pick it up. You can also do this with your normal guns, but I didn't have to worry about that because we are now on to the 8th round. So 8 rounds have just happened, so we're on the 9th round actually, and we're back to pistols. This is the final round. It's probably the most nerve-wracking for any of the games that I've played, just because if you're at 4-4, then this is the very last one. You're trying to get that last point to win. So make sure that you're staying back, you're defending, and you're playing as best that you can. If the bomb does go off, then it will explode and kill anybody left remaining nearby. It has a really large radius, so make sure that when you see the bomb about to explode, that you just get out of there as quick as you can if you don't have time to defuse it, or if you're a criminal and the bomb is going to go off and win the round for you. Because if you survive, you'll have extra coins and you'll keep all of your guns and stuff that you had from before. One fun thing that is added in the game is these radio commands. You can play different callouts, but you can also do fun taunts. Just like that, you aim like my mother. So there's a bunch of fun ones in there, and you can also do some different sprays. This is just something that they've added just for fun. It doesn't actually change the game at all, but it actually can help you if you want to play a callout. Instead of trying to sit down and type, you can just pull it out and start doing that. Here in the lobby, if you go into the shop, we can see the purchase upgrades and then the character upgrades. Up here at the very top, you can increase your starting money in pistol rounds by 10 each time you upgrade this. You can also reduce the movement penalty of guns, and you can have more money when you get kills. So you can bring this up to 100% and then 100% again for double and then triple kills, coins on kills in Defusal. So this is really OP if you're getting lots of coins. You can buy more armor and stuff, which you can reduce the cost of in here by 10 and 20. You can also make your armor look a little bit better. To get the full version, you need MVP Plus and MVP, but you don't really need to worry about that. But make sure you're going in here, you're upgrading all your stuff, spending your money on this stuff, because it is really important, aside from these visual things of the better armor. Make sure you're upgrading all of your armor. You can also get those radio commands and callouts. You can buy those. I'm currently Cops and Crims level 11, which took me a long time to get to, but if we go all the way down here, you can see the top level is level 50. Now level 50, I've only seen like 1 or 2 people actually level 50, so it's pretty rare. It's really hard to get up to. So if you're leveling up, then that's going to give you extra coins and stuff, and you can just level up by playing games and getting lots of kills. So make sure you're doing your best in every game so you can continue leveling up and getting those rewards. I hope it doesn't seem like I just threw a ton of random information at you guys, but hopefully this helps you out getting better at Cops and Crims or just starting out in the game. It is a really fun mode. There's lots of hidden things that you can learn about, and so many fun people in here that are just like playing, and it's usually very active, so you should usually be able to just get in there and get into a game and have a bunch of fun. There's lots of cool tactics you can do as well and things to learn, so I highly suggest you go in there, just start playing some games, get a feel for the maps, get a feel for the different guns, and let me know down below if you have any of your favorite guns or anything like that, or if I missed anything. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.